Good morning, brothers. Welcome to A Brown Bag Gentleman. My name is Scott, and today's shave is with Noble Otter's Eros Embrosia. And the razor of the day is, unfortunately you can't get it anymore. They basically, the manufacturer retired and stopped making them. But this is the, pause while I remember. There we go. Sorry, a little brain cramp there. But this is the Charcoal Goods razor, and this is the level 2 in the bronze. And they made stainless steel at the time and all that. Bishop style handle, what they call that. Wonderful weight. This razor is 5.5, going on 6 years old. Yeah, I've never polished it, so yeah, it was shiny, bronzy, brassy when it was new, and I have never polished it. So yeah, it's naturally patining, getting that natural patina on it, and it's a little over time, so it's not like a extremely quick thing. That's almost 6 years old, and it's just got that little kind of bronzy brownish kind of coloring going on. Starting to get there a little bit after like almost 6 years, but yeah, really enjoy this razor. You probably can only find these like used now on eBay and what have you. So, but yeah, it's a wonderful razor. It really is, and it was in a little over $200 when they were making them. And when they was making them, he had tons of handles on it. And the manufacturer for this, in fact, he's the one who led. I can't remember his name now, but he was the one that mentioned that he liked the Gillette Silver Blue blade in this razor, and therefore I started that. And yeah, later on it became my favorite blade as well. So yeah, so. That's where all that stemmed from. But we're going to use that today because it is such a wonderful razor. It's my personal favorite razor. My wife got me this for our 25th anniversary, and we're going on 31 years here in a couple months. So today is March 7th, and hold one second. Opening the window because it's warm here in North Carolina today. It's going to be like 80 degrees here today. So yeah, I'm opening the window because I can. So I know my kids up in New Hampshire and Pennsylvania are getting snow and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be 80 something degrees here. Not to rub it in too badly. Okay, maybe just a little bit. But let's get on with this shave here. I've already pre-smudged in the soap. I spent like 10 seconds. I scooped it out with the back of my spoon. Got it in the bottom of the bowl and smushed it in there. I'm just going to swipe it underneath the water. That's all I do. I swipe it because I just basically want it just enough to cover it. Water-wise, that ends up being about half a teaspoon. I'd call that, sitting in the bottom of that. Just enough to cover that, soften that up in the bowl. Yes, it's because it's out of a sample. Yeah, I don't really have a choice but to put it in a bowl of leather. If you got the full size puck of this, which is $20 for 4 ounces, by the way, over at Maggards, of course you could load the brush right from the container with the full size, and you don't have to use a bowl. I spent the better part of 4 or 5 years never bowl shaving lather, building lather from a bowl until after that point. But there we go. There's that, and of course, I did, just to point out, I did use my Shavette here this morning, and it's got a regular blade in there. I want to say it's an Aster blade in there. I'm going from memory here that I put in that. You can see how that blade fits in there. So that goes there. And to shave the back, and all I do is literally shave the back of my neck. I'll show you. Let me show you just because we're showing stuff here. Here we go. Nice clean shave of the back of the neck here. Nice, clean, smooth. One pass against the grain only. I did use my washcloth, warmed it up in the sink, put it on the back of my neck for a minute first, and I time it for minute-ish to soften it up a bit before I go in there because I don't use the lather. You absolutely probably should. I just don't. It's not really a sensitive area for me, so I can get away with it. It's not tender or anything now. So yeah, it just feels good. So with that, let's start some warm water here. I'm going to pause for a moment while I wash my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. As I say, just washed the face with my Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements pre-shave soap cube sitting on the little tray. Well, let me show you here. I'm going to show you that. So I've been using it since like January 1st, and it's going to last me the year. So I'm just putting that there. Let me rinse my hands off here. So yeah, I just tried and true. I like it. Biggest bang for the buck. It's like alum. It's one of the least expensive things you can buy in shaving, is like that pre-shave cube, but you figure out cost per shave because it's going to last me the year. Well, that's with shaving 4 times a week. Yeah, I don't shave daily. I shave 4 times a week. There we go. There's that. And maybe once I retire here within the year or so, I might go back to a daily shave. I might. And of course, it changes the blades and razor combinations I like. Daily shaving versus basically every other day. Shake, shake. Okay, 2 shakes. That's all. There's no, see again on the bottom. This came from Maggards. This was a kit. You got the handle and you got the knot separate. And you bought, so basically you bought this, and a little packet of silicone glue. Put that in the bottom, put that in there, and you set it yourself basically. So it was a fun little minor little project. Skill level 1 to 5. It was definitely a half at most. It was no more than a 1. Super easy. Just kind of a fun thing to do, and it's a halfway decent synthetic knot there, a little synthetic, but it's nice. Synthetic knots have come a long way since the very first one I've tried, I can tell you. By comparison, the first synthetic knot I tried was a Poisson knot from France, compared to like especially a board. It was like, because I was using a board brush. Went to that, it was like night and day, so much softer. But comparing that softness to this softness, even this little inexpensive, less than probably less than $20, especially on sale. This is way softer still even, and I like mine squishy soft versus. I don't really like too much backbone. This one actually does. This is more of a medium backbone. This one's got some firmness to it, but it was a kit. Normally I buy the handles and get like the one size down from that for the knot just to make it squishy soft. But I've got some that are like this too as well. But let's go ahead and build a lather. 250 swirls total. That's what I do. Let's start in. I'm not emptying the water in the bowl. It's staying there. Okay, that's after 50 swirls. It's just starting to think about making lather now. It's starting to foam up just towards the end there, the last 10 swirls, 10 or 50 more. Okay, yeah, now it's thin, but it's building lather. It is definitely building lather. That's after 100. 50 more. I switch directions just for comfort of the arm. That's all. That's dripping over the side. Let's get that a little bit. Okay, 150 swirls in total. Yeah, lather is really starting to build now. Still a little thin and bubbly side. 50 more. Okay, got it. Yeah, it's starting to, I'm overflowing the bowl here. Let's knock it down into the bowl. Make a little mess. That's okay. 200 swirls in. 50 more. Sweet. There we go. Plenty of soap. Get it off my hands. There we go. Plenty of soap there. Rinse off my offhand here. There we go in the sink. Because yes, I went back to filling the sink instead of just running free water. I just enjoy it better. And that's the thing. I enjoy it a little bit better, so that's why I'm doing it. And truthfully, double-edged safety raising shaving should be enjoyable. If you're not enjoying your current shave with that multi-blade, yeah, it's time to start thinking about this. Now, if you're one that's you're tired of the drudgery of shaving and you're using a multi-blade, you want something better and less expensive, then you might want to think about DE shaving or single edge or the modern single edge razors. World of difference. But before you do any of that, number one thing I would tell you to do, because there's a lot to think about, a lot to study, what have you, get a soap and a brush first. Do that first. Learn how to use the brush, learn how to build your lather. And you don't have to do it in a bowl. If you have the brush and you got the big 4-ounce puck, then yeah, you wet your brush, shake it a couple of times, and swirl that in like 100 times. And then you start building lather in your face. Maybe add in a little water if it feels a little dry. Then yes, it's dry and you need to add just a little bit of water. And I've got videos you'll see on that, how to build your lathers and things like that. Oh, a little tickle there in the nose. There we go. There's plenty of lather on my face here. I can kind of stop anytime here. So yeah, let's stop. But yeah, if you switch over to the DE type of razors, what have you, I'm going to tell you, you will learn enjoyment in shaving, comfort, enjoyment, a nice quality soap versus the can of goo, whether you're using the Barasso or basically the can of spray foam or the can of spray gel. Night and day difference to go to a real soap and brush instead with good quality products in it. you'll notice a difference. So that's why I say do that first. Learn how to do that first. Spend a month or so learning how to build a lather first, and then start thinking about getting, changing to the razor as well, because you'll already have had that mastered. Oh, this razor is smooth, and the weight helps with that a lot too. That's why I don't like the multi-blades or aluminum razors kind of per se, because they're too light. You have to use some pressure. I don't put any pressure on this at all. This is like 100 grams thereabouts. This has got enough weight of its own. I don't have to press down. So I like that. That's my favorite kind of razor. Yeah, so I've got a few aluminums, but I have to press down with those. And I've still got this little tender spot under my nose here, so I'm only doing one pass under the nose. The spot I have over here with the little ingrown, that's well since healed. This part is just not. Because I keep irritating it with multiple passes, and especially when I go back-to-back shaves Saturday and Sunday. So I'm just doing one pass. In fact, it's a little, I could use a little more right there. Not doing it. I want it to heal. It's not uncomfortable. It's just got a little red there. So, yeah. It's not ingrown hairs or anything like that. There's just a little tender area that I just got to leave alone. Oh, got some on my shirt. Oh, well, okay. Well, I'll get into the side there. Yeah, I won't get that close to there, but I'll come to the sides a little bit. And for me, yes, yeah, underneath the chin right here, underneath this not underneath the chin, underneath the lower lip here, this is a tender spot too as well, and I often cut myself there. Even with mild razors, it's just a tender little spot, so I have to be careful around it. Okay, pass two. Pass one, of course, was with the grain, which is down on the face, up in the neck. Pass two is across the grain, which is the same on both. Just weight of the razor. Don't have to add any weight to that at all. Trying to stay away from that little spot. There we go. And yes, I do have I didn't say that I did, but yes, I do have a Gillette Silver Blue blade in this razor, which is mid to upper aggression wise, as far as sharpness, but smooth. Oh, it's nice. And it rewards you, especially for a razor that's got enough weight that you don't have to press down on it. If I wanted to chase a baby butt smooth on this, it's real easy with a Gillette Silver Blue. Probably not going to go that close today, because there's a price to be paid when you go chasing that baby butt smooth. Sometimes you get a little bit too close. Shave a little too close when you're doing that. I just want a nice close shave, but it doesn't have to be baby butt smooth. But obviously it's not going to be stubbly, because that would drive me nuts. And right here, my thickest spots, like right underneath the ears, underneath the chin area right here, that's my thickest hair whiskers there that I have. And yeah, my whiskers are gray, not the reddish blonde dark brown, dark blonde, dirty blonde, reddish is what it was before when I had full color. And now it's just, you see it looks like really light too, because it's got undark, a little bit of darkness still on top with the gray mixing in, but my whiskers like all gray, or 95% gray up my whisker all across my face with a little like single whiskers of a little bit of color, not much. So it's pretty much gray, which makes them tougher, coarser to shave, which I've learned. So yeah, that for me, I had to step up to the Gillette Silver Blue. I needed something more, because I was using the Astra for years, and that got to be not quite enough anymore, because it was the whiskers were changing. Already past 3 is against the grain. For me, that means up in the face and down on the neck. So that's what we're going to do. The Bishop style blade has that little nub on the bottom of it. Has like a grip point here and another part here, and everything else is kind of plain. That's what they call a bishop style. I like the minimalistness of the handle, but it's got grip right where I want to need it to be, right at balance points too. If you see here, so I go on a balance point. I don't want to drop it, but basically, yeah, you get the idea. That's where it is. Another thing you learn about is how to razors hold. What's the comfort point? Because you want to, if you hold them at the balance point, that makes them real maneuverable. This razor does such a wonderful job. I really enjoy this. Light to see, weight of the weight razor only. And a little bit left there. We're going to do a buffing pass there. A little bit of one, not much. I could have kept going and not do a buffing pass, but I like to show you the technique of the buffing pass. So that's why I take the extra time on a Saturday to do it. Occasionally I get criticisms for taking too long on the shave. If you saw my shave from Wednesday, it was like basically a minimal talking, just getting the shave done. It was done in like 8 minutes. And where this one will probably go closer to 20. I want 16 now. Because yeah, I'm jabber-jawing with you. And I'm trying to show you things. And a little bit of buffing pass. Okay, how do I do a buffing pass? A lot of guys, you'll see, will throw some slaps of more soap on there. I don't use soap. I've used a nice quality soap. This is a Noble Otter. Oh, and it does have tallow in it. I forgot to mention that. It does have tallow in it, and brings me a lot of confidence because I've used Noble Otter brand before, so I know this is a good quality soap. So all I need is water. It awakens the slickness in the soap, and you can feel the whiskers with your fingers. You know where you've missed the errant whisker here and there. Like right here is a spot I can come across here. This is my offhand side, so basically I often will miss like along there. And of course with my fingers it feels very slick, and I'm going really light. I'm trying to actually not even give it full weight of the razor, just to get it the evenness. Oh, does I feel something right somewhere? Oh, right there, or down low, very low. It's a little slope right in here. Still plenty of slickness right there. I can feel my fingers. And that's enough. There we go. Do the other side. Just water. That's all I need, just water. Feeling right along there. Really light, yeah. If I was using aluminum right now, I would tell you like weight of the razor only with that, and that's super light. So I try to maybe not even give it full weight of the razor, because they don't need it. It's because there's no soap between you and the whisker. The rest of, there we go. No more little errant little whiskers sticking out. Nope, we're good. All right, let me pause and wash up. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. Just get my towel off the wall, switching to cold water, grabbing the alum block. Highly recommend alum of some sort. I just like this one because it's so convenient. It comes a little like deodorant shaped looking little container. So it's easy to use. Start with 2 splashes of cold water. Then I get this wet and then rub it on. And they do recommend rinsing this off. So I started doing that just because I know a lot of people you've commented in my comments about it. So yeah, I started doing it to show you. I don't know, personally I don't always do it, and yes, I'm getting some stinging. The stinging is going to tell you how your shave went. But it's also, of course, that antiseptic. It's a mineral salt is what it is. Alum, A-L-U-M, alum. So if you're ordering stuff, get an alum. And that was the fancier one. That's like $10 or less. And you get the basic one for like anywhere from $2 to $6 I've seen for a basic block of alum. Problem is if you drop it, it breaks. So that's why I like it in a little case. And these rinse off. I do two splashes of cold water to do a rinse. That quick. Dry my hands so I don't put a lot of water on the mirror. All right. I fan 3 times, back and forth 3 times, just to have that coolness to help cool everything down. There we go. And looking at my o'clock here during the pause. I see I'm late for a church meeting, so yeah, I'll be running out of here to go do that afterwards. So this will get downloaded later. But let me get my aftershave here. Not matching. This is Club In Brandy Spice. I've been trying their like whiskey, named ones, and I really like the whiskey ones. I really like that one. I'm out of it, but come fall, I'm probably getting another one of those. Let's see, is it there? Then I will tell you that the alcohol in the aftershave stings less because I've already used the mineral salt, the alum stick, and that stung a little bit. But if I didn't use that, this would sting a whole lot more. There we go. So Ken Surf is you're watching. Just recommending the alum stick to you, brother. That's got a nice scent. Oh, we didn't talk about the scent profile for the soap. Let's do that real quick before we end. Of course, Noble Otter, Eros, Embrosia, which has tallow in it. The top notes are bergamot, orange, black pepper, and whiskey, it says. Mid notes are cardamom, jasmine, and something I can't read. Oh, and love. Love is an ingredient. Okay. Yeah, okay. Corny, but I love it. And the base notes are cedarwood, patchouli, and musk. So on the woodsy side, but this is not like a deep woodsy. This is more like almost like a classic aftershave woodsy, but more woodsiness, but like a clean woodsy, not a deep, dark woodsy. So it's not overly, I won't call this earthy, I won't say that. I think because that orange and the other ingredients lighten it up. Nice scent, I like that. It's manly without being lumberjackish, we'll put it that way. hope that explains it well. But with that, hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. If you did, please like and subscribe, and go with God.